Hello, welcome to 5 Minutes in the Shed. Right, episode 3 I think we're on now, the engine teardown. Before I start though, I just want to give a shout out, shamelessly plug in some friends of mine who are in a motorcycle club in Tamworth in Staffordshire called the Green Turtles Swimming Club. Now, despite the clever name, they are actually a motorcycle club. And a great bunch of folks, great bunch of girls and gals, always a bit of a riot to go out with or to go to their events, and they do it like a summer kind of event. It's like a motorbike rally but family orientated, called Turtle Stock, that they do every year, and they have a bike show, and at the bike show I went on my Tribza and I won a prize, so I'm going to take you over to... There's my trophy. I came second place in the motorcycle show for my Tribza. I think it was custom. It's a custom show, and obviously it's a custom bike because it's a Triumph and a BSA. So yeah, just wanted to give them a shout out. I've also got my there it is, Swim with the Turtles mug, and it's got their little logo on the other side. Very kind of them. That's my little prize for my Tribza. If anyone hasn't seen, there's the engine. If anyone hasn't seen my Tribza, if you go on my YouTube channel to Project Tribza, you'll see all the videos of that being built. I built it in lockdown, in COVID lockdown, so I've got long hair, massive beard. It wasn't a fashion statement, it was just I kind of isolated in my shed for the duration of a motorcycle build. There you go. Right then, so on with the engine. Let me change to the I'm not carrying my camera cam, bench cam thing, and I'll show you where we've got to. Okay, welcome to bench cam, because this is the bench and that's the cam. So here's the engine. Primary timing chest is off. No big scary stuff that I've seen in there. However, I'm going to have to inspect it all. Can't take that off at the minute because the tools are at my dad's, so I need to go over at the weekend and get those if I get some time. It's crying a bit of oil out, but it is a Triumph, that's what it's supposed to do. So I thought next stop, I'm really intrigued to see the state of the barrels and pistons, so I'm going to take those off. Now, to take those off you need a 1/4 Whitworth spanner, which is one of these. Now on a Triumph engine you can't get the bloody spanners in there. Right, you have to have a ring spanner, and I've got every spanner known to man apart from a ring spanner with a 1/4 Whitworth. I have no idea where it is. I did have one. I've got a really nice set of Whitworth brittle spanners that I've had since I was a teenager, and it's the only one that's missing. I can't find it anywhere. However, what I do have is a very cheap, shitty Chinese 13mm spanner. That says drop forged, but I think it's made out of chewing gum, and because it's a cheap Chinese spanner, it's a little bit bigger than 13mm, and these nuts got a bit of surface rust on them, and when you add all those microns together you've got a spanner that, albeit tight, is a good fit. I'll give them all a bit of a spray with penetrating fluid, because we like a bit of penetrating and we don't want to go in dry on those, especially because those studs go through to the aluminium casting, and if they rust at the top, when you start undoing it, it takes the whole stud out of the casting rather than the nut off the stud. It makes it a bit tricky to get out. Right? So plenty of lubrication. I'm going in moist because that's how we do it, and it helps the very tight fit spanner slide on a bit easier. So I've cracked them all loose, just about. Did fit, yeah, just about fits. I've cracked them all loose and they all seem to be coming off okay. So I'm going to cue the music, and as the Americans say, I'm going to get my jugs out. Okay, here we are. Right then, so we've got most of the bolts off apart from that one where the stud is coming out there. Don't forget that one, just there, that one. So not bad, 7 of the 8 are off. Bit of a fiddle, must admit. Now, before I've given a bit of a knock with my favourite hammer. You may have seen me prying underneath. That is plastic. It's only plastic. Don't write to me and tell me how bad it is. It's only plastic. I'm not going to damage my casings. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I take these off, let me just check you can see the front of the engine there. Yeah, you can. Right. At the bottom of the tubes, you've got the cam followers. Yeah. Right, and I want to make sure that I keep the cams in the same place that they're going to be. Right, so I want to know where the damage is and stuff like that, and I know which piston was damaged and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, I usually hold them in place with a zip tie. I don't know if anyone else does this. Probably. So pick the cam followers up like that, kind of as far as they go, and then slip a zip tie over them and pull that tight. Then they don't fall out when you take the barrels off. Just putting my magnet stick down next to my spanners, which are magnetic. Right, just going to do the back two for the inlet cam. Magnet, pull those up. That one up. There we go. It's just enough to hold them while you take the barrels off. Right, so now should be able to take the barrels off. So I'm going to give it a little wiggle with my plastic. Oh, is that catching on? Come on. I think I'm tearing through gasket paper. That's what's happening. While we're going. Come on. There we go. Right. Barrels off. Okay, so it's time to have a look. See what the catastrophic damage is inside here then. Let's have a look. See if I can pick that up. Oh, I can't turn the bloody engine. Is it in gear? Come on, engine. There we go. Right. Oh, I can see damage on a cam already. So there's my pistons. Actually, you know what? They don't look too bad. Won't really know until I've cleaned them up. Only kind of looks like carbon at the top. Doesn't? Yeah, there's a bit of metal in that one, I think. But it doesn't look too bad. Inside, the oil on the flywheel, smooth and not particularly, not gritty. I don't look too bad. What I'd like to see though is cam followers, because they took a bit of a kicking, didn't they? So which way did they go on? That's the one with the bolt in it, so that's at the front. So the inlet, inlet's the one I was worried about. washers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another washer somewhere. I'll find it. So inlet cams, which is these ones. You know what? They don't look too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, there's some damage on that. Ooh, what's that? You know what? I think that's like a bit of well seal or something off the sealant. So, hole goes on the outside, doesn't it? Just to remind myself. Let's see if we can have a look on the camera and show you. What you weren't even looking at. Look, there it was. There's my barrels down there. So put the light on. Oh no, hang on a minute. Light on. There we go. Whoa. Right. Now, you can see there's a bit of damage. Bit of damage on that edge there. The top of it, you can see it looks a bit kind of battered. There's usually a dint in the middle of them. It doesn't really have that, but it's gone really rough. On that side. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can hear me on the microphone because I'm the wrong side of the camera. But yeah, it's a bit rough. And that side is all really crunchy, but I think it's from. I'll bring this round. I'm going to put the microphone down again. I think it's from the gasket sealant when it's been put together. You see? I think it's from the gasket sealant. It's on the outside of it. So nothing to worry about really. I've seen ones that are a lot worse than that, to be honest. So I'm kind of pleased with that. It needs grinding. Actually, I think it's had enough, to be honest. That one. Let's have a look at this one. That's a bit rough as well. Yeah, it's had a bit of a. It's had its egg kicked in. Cups on the other end. It's a bit bruised. Bit bruised on that one. Yeah. Let's go to that's like that. And that one has actually got a bit of speck of grit in it and stuff. So, yeah, I think I might have to get cam followers, which is a bit annoying really, because cam followers are well expensive. Surprisingly. Yeah. Bit crunchy in there. Bits of metal in it. Yeah, as we expected. Right, so okay. Inlet, bit rough. Exhaust. Stuck. I think it's just my cable tie. Come on. That's got a bit of a sharp edge on it, and yeah, that's worn badly. Yeah, alright. Okay, you've sold it to me. Cam follow as it is. Oh, that one's in quite poor condition, that one is. Which makes me wonder about the condition of the cams. I don't think we can fully assess that until we get down inside the engine, so I'm a bit worried about that. I hope the cam's alright, because if not I'm going to have to put high lift super duper racing cams in, because it's the rules, isn't it? Right, bores are not bad, you know, not bad. There's the washer, there we go. Bores are not bad at all. I reckon a hone would clean those. Depends how good the pistons are. I think I might have saved it just in time. Either way, it's all going to need cleaning, blasting, painting, making it pretty. Again, it's got to be pretty. Can't have an engine which don't look pretty. Right, so putting barrels over, jugs over there, as the Americans call them. Right then. Okay, what's next? I reckon I'm going to put a bit of packaging around those. I'm not going to take the pistons off just yet, because I might need them to put a block of wood underneath to undo big nuts and bolts. So I'm going to leave them on for a bit. I think next up is I'm going to take the clutch cover off and see how rusty it is in there. Okay, so cover's off. In the bottom of the cover is a bit of slime, a bit of grit and dirt, but you know, that's from the clutch, right? You'll notice all the fluid that's come out of there is red, and that's because I use, there's a bit of debate about what oil we should put in these, right? I use automatic transmission fluid. They used to use that on trials bikes years ago. It runs quite a bit cooler. These clutches in modern day traffic get a bit of hammer. Just tends to run cool and nice. The only thing you have to be a bit careful of when you use automatic transmission fluid in this clutch, you're only really using it to oil the chain. That's the only reason there's oil in there, really. But one thing you have to be a little bit careful of is the ATF fluid takes on moisture, and it will get wet. You will get water in here. I don't know how it gets in, but it does get in. Well, I don't know how it gets in the transmission, but it did. So you just have to be a bit careful and change it quite frequently, which I did. And there is no water in here, which is good. So that all looks pretty nice, actually. Yeah, not too worried about that at all. I'm quite pleased with it. The tensioner looks okay. Yeah, it's not particularly stretched or anything. It was there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm quite impressed with that. So what I'll do is I'll pull the clutch plates out, assess the condition of those, see if they need replacing. I'll also check the baskets, see if there's any damage on these on the slots there, because that affects the actuation of the clutch. I'll take off the rotor and stator, get that out of the way, because obviously we need to split the cases, and this is the end of the crank here. It's got to come off. That's interesting. End of the crank, and the washer never folded it over. Oops. Last time I timed it, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Yeah, no dramas in there at all. So, just need to clean, disassemble, check the plates while they're out, and put it back in. That's all that needs. That is really good. I'm very pleased with that. So, that's all the casings off. I can't do the timing chest for a while. Can take all this off. Don't know whether to do that now or whether to do it tomorrow. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. So, how am I going to? Oh, I want to do it now. I want to just carry on. No, I'm not going to. It's Friday night. I'm calling it a day. So, good top tip actually for anyone who's rebuilding an engine like this. When you start taking it apart, or when you're rebuilding it, when you're in the shed and you think, oh, just do a bit more, just do a bit more, and then you get to a point where something breaks, right? You think, oh, damn it, and then you go in the house. You never want to come back again. You never want to start it again. Always finish for the day and clean your tools at a point where you know exactly what you're going to do next, and there's no drama, because that way you always come back in the shed, right? So I've seen so many restoration projects and engine build projects stop because someone stripped a bolt and went, ah, and then walked away, and then they never want to go back, right? So psychological thing. There you go, top tip. Right, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.